Hello, hello, my good people of the world, my podcasting crew, and my internet fellows. I am back from a long break that I was having. And in that long time, a lot happened and it was needed. So I just didn't have anything nice to say. And I didn't say nothing because there was too much going on. And I'll tell you what happened in the meantime. The Epstein files, that was crazy. That was fun and crazy. Did my little research in there. Very entertaining if you take it as at face value, like real life drama, real life crime investigation, where people of the world make their own investigation because they literally have all the documents there, or well, most of them. Let's say most of the documents, not all. So little investigation there, finding little clues on your own by reading the files. That was fun. That was fun. Horrible crime, but fun nonetheless. Doing a little investigation there. Felt like an investigator of the FBI. And then what else happened? Israel getting shot and then shooting out its neighbors. Was it Israel? I do not know. I'm American. I do not know. I do not know where in the map it is or who it is. I don't know if it was Israel or the other one. I don't know. That's why I don't really go too much into those politics there. What else happened? Peanut, biggest streamer in the world right now. Peanut, my favorite streamer, Mr. Peanut. Great entertainer that kept my mind off from all the crazy stuff going on around the world. Yeah, just to name a few of the things that happened in between. Going to step one, the Epstein files. I did my own reading of them. There was a Reddit page that people would collaborate and show pages and with weird things. And I entered that. And there was this really weird, 2 books that were written, the looks of it, by a teenager girl or a small girl, who knows, maybe less than teenager years. And, you need to hold here for a minute as I rush into this traffic. Woo! Got a turbo in this car. Let's go. All right, in Austin, you gotta merge with power. You gotta merge with power. You wanna be faster than me? There you go. All right. And everything was code. This girl was giving names, was giving pictures, was telling you the story of what was happening to her pregnancies. And either the babies were being taken away or they were being aborted. I'm not entirely sure. It was a little odd reading. But everything was code. She was writing quite peculiar, in a way that you read the first letter at top, then you read the one below, then you read the one top right, then the one bottom right, and it's like a zigzag. Felt like an investigator as I was decoding it. The Reddit people were like, "This is how you decode it. Go try yourself." And people were actually piecing it all together without none of the random zigzagging, and putting it in a Word document so you could read the whole thing. And it was very telling, very scary. Very, very scary. I felt like I was playing one of those horror games that I used to play back in the days when computers used to have these games that were in the website, like parchees.org or something. They have a name, like a plugin, or they have a name. But it's those very old school computer games, kind of like mathgames.com, that type of older game. But it was horror. I remember this horror game where you would find a note. You just wake up in a house, everything is kind of dim, and you find letters of a girl saying that she was dismembered and hidden somewhere in the house, and like it was kind of creepy because like, how is she writing it if she's been dismembered? So I got that same feeling to those horror games back in the old. Anyways, moving on after that, so many conspiracy theories that all of a sudden started sounding real. because the craziest of them all turned out to be real. So now every other conspiracy out there that sounded crazy sounded normal. That's not exactly good, but it is what it is. Now there's some conspiracies that are even more crazier than others, and that you're like, okay, well, maybe not. But others are not sounding as crazy anymore. Then there was the Jim Carrey double. Who knows what happened to that, but it was pretty entertaining. Went into that little investigation there. The war out there down is, I don't know. Captain, I don't know. It's a lot going on in the US right now. But Mr. Peanut, your favorite streamer. That guy was super entertaining. If you don't know who he is, I recommend it. Everybody go watch him. Arc Raiders is my favorite game to watch him play. Although lately he's been playing other games and it's also been fun. That dude is roasting people back and forth everywhere. I like to try the foods that he recommends or that he does just to get my shoes in him. See kind of how he operates. You know, like an FBI agent in secret. You got to understand the person you're investigating. You gotta be like them, close like them, speak like them, eat like them, to understand their mind. So whenever he spoke about his favorite Whataburger meal, 3 chicken strip, chicken, what's that? Buffalo ranch, and a buffalo ranch jalapeno sauce on the side, with a large Coke and large fries. God damn, I tried that thing. I tried it for lunch. It's the spiciest. That thing would blow a hole in your healthy stomach lining. That thing was pure battery acid of spice. I can't believe he eats this thing after 10 hours of online gaming, sitting down in a chair all day long. And then he eats he drinks those Voodoo Rangers. And then I tried it. And it was okay. Interesting flavor. Not my thing, not my type. The alcohol is strong. It's so strong it almost tastes like pineapple for like a split second as soon as I take a sip. And then it goes away. And it was interesting. This guy, if he was a truck, he would be a diesel truck of 1985 running on fumes. That's what I feel. Just be like somehow hanging in there. I don't know. Chicken strip with jalapeno sauce on the side and then Booty Rangers, that thing would blow a hole in a diesel truck engine block. It would put a ninth piston hole in there. It was very fun to get into the mind of that guy. He plays 4 hours and doesn't get tired and then plays another 4 hours. He does like 8 hours or 10, like from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. And then he streams every single day except Sundays. On top of that, somehow he still plays, let's say after work hours, after he's done with his streaming, he still plays on his own a game of his own to relax, to enjoy. Ark the Covenant or something, the dinosaur one. That struck me. This guy is different. This guy is very different. It's unhealthy different too. So he plays all day, every day, horrendous diet, and then his days off, or hours off, who knows. So he plays another game on top of that for fun. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's different. That's different. That's not a work ethic. That's a, yeah. No, this guy's in another level. Another level. Hopefully he gets to live another year. Hear that diet. Very fun entertainer. Love them. Check him out. Burnt Peanut makes the sickest videos out there. funniest, and copyrights all the music he wants and gets demoted for it and doesn't give a damn because he makes money other ways. And honestly, it feels like he brought back entertainment, fun to games, and just that fun spirit of messing around and just enjoying video games instead of being all sweaty. Especially there's one video that it's out there where all the 5 or 6 people of the sweatiest people online are in a team. Uh, this kind of like people that work, like do tournaments and stuff, right? So they're all in a team, this silly game, and they're winning and they're beating them and stuff and stuff. And Peanut is just messing around, and he gets a AC-130 kill streak and throws a missile in the most center of all of them, gets them all, and then captures the objective in like 3 seconds and wins. It's the best. It's the best watching all these people sweating, and then here he comes, uh, flying through and winning. It's incredible, incredible. That is entertainment, my fellas. Entertainment at its finest. On another note, I've noticed that YouTube only recommends me Texas figures, especially around the Austin area. Very peculiar, very interesting. Watch out for that. I'm being honest. I think we're all living in a bubble, in a algorithm for our internet. For example, what do I mean? A lot of the people that I see in YouTube that I get recommended to me or that I've known are near me. uh, I like Asmongold, and he's in Austin, Texas. I get those videos shown a lot, even before I knew about him, right? I get shown a lot. The Florida guy that walks around talking about houses. I mean, he's near Texas, right? Then there is Peanut, who is also another Texan. Um, then there's a couple of others. OT, the Mexican guy, I think he's a Texan too. That recently I've been getting a bunch of his stuff. Um, and just other I can't think of many, but every once in a while, also my wife tells me she listens to some people, and they're also from Texas. And I've noticed that I don't see any famous German streamer, famous utopian streamer. I don't see a famous YouTuber from, let's say, Hong Kong, or well, Hong Kong would be understandable. No internet for y'all. Global. Maybe I don't see a streamer from Britain. It's a bit odd. And I do remember that when I was in Germany, my YouTube was a lot of German stuff. Even Germans that spoke English or German speaking in German. But everything was very German, to the point that I really didn't go to YouTube that much because I knew that I wouldn't get recommended nothing. And then funny enough, when I would use YouTube over there in China, my recommendations were super out of whack because I was using a VPN, but they're pretty American, 'cause American VPN. But yeah, I've noticed that. Really, pay attention. Start noticing. If you're in Spain, you're gonna get stuff from Spain, and if you're in wherever you are, you get stuff from that area. So it leads me to believe, are Texans really getting that famous out of nowhere? Is Texas become the Hollywood of YouTube, of online celebrities? Are online celebrities now all over Texas? You know how Hollywood is for actors and movies, but now Texas is for streamers and YouTubers and TikTokers. I don't know. It's weird. And I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I look around me and I see nothing but cactuses and dry trees that never drop their leaves no matter what season it is, and grass that's always yellow, or brown but never dies. Who knows what's going on here? And then all of a sudden we have all these celebrities, the YouTubers and streamers. Is it because we're bored out of our minds? There's absolutely nothing to do outside than die in the heat. Then now we turn to computers and we're so good at it? Or are we living in a bubble where we're only getting recommended our own people because of the area we live in? Holy moly. This traffic is, somebody had to crash for sure because we're on a standstill and I'm not even near work. I'm definitely coming late today. 1,000% coming late today. Mr. Peanut, but he's so funny, man. It's so funny. I would love to play a game with him. But one can only dream. One can only dream. And they say never meet your heroes in real life. Either way, that's what I've been watching. Highly recommend it, guys. It, it in some sense, because this is the free idea, and if I'm thinking of an idea here that fits for everybody, is that in times like now where everything is out of whack and chaotic, it's great to have an escape somewhere. It's great for your mental health to have an escape. And look for that escape somewhere that is not that is just silly. In my at least it works for me. Silliness, just straight up silliness. The most random thing that has nothing to do with real life. I mean, I'm watching a peanut, not even a person. He's playing games that is just completely sci-fi out there. And he's playing like a gnome walking into a house, and a guy is trying to catch you, and then he's playing uh, some dude in some post world where robots are ruling over the world, and there's no politics involved. Like it's just completely stripped from reality. And gotta give him some commendation every time somebody brings something political. He just changes the subject. Not interested in it. He reminds me a lot of this other guy, Conan O'Brien. He also doesn't get political. He's a comedian that has a podcast, and my favorite too. I go and watch him every once in a while. Incredible timing for jokes and wittiness. And every time anything close to politics comes on, he gives it his fair 1 minute of um I don't know, noticing it, and then moves on. I like that. I like that. It just speaks to me, and that's the reason why I haven't been doing any more of these free idea videos, because I've been dwelling a lot into the politics lately. It doesn't mean that I won't be doing any videos on politics, because they're entertaining, they're fun, and they're also um a lot about how do they say it, like it influences my life directly. If we're going to war with somebody and now our gas is more expensive, it impacts my fridge, my food. And I don't grow the food. I just put it on the table. So yeah, very interesting. So someday, I may do some stuff, but for now, this is the free idea podcast, and I have my ideas to share. Um, I had some good ones that I can't remember that I had this morning, and I didn't write it down. This is why I should always write them down. Um, but no, no. Oh yeah, there's all that ice stuff going around. My God, a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff since I stopped. Um, but yeah, here's an idea. How about robots that just drive around the highway, the sides of the highway, and they're sweeping all the trash. There's always some random debris on the side of the highway, like cardboard boxes, tires that are broken. Imagine this little robot that is just 24/7 driving around the highway and just picking up some of this trash like a giant Roomba. And it connects and charges right there in that same highway spot. Usually where they have those signs that says Ortorov Road forward, Smith Road to the right, exit 233A. Well, yeah, those right there, you could put a charging station on the side. And then if you think, well, if you do that, someone's going to crash into it. Yeah, most likely. They always crash into the dumbest things. But this one is not in the middle of the highway. It's just on the side where nobody's allowed to drive anyways, past the yellow line, where there's just a wall of concrete. That'd be interesting. Be nice. Be nice. It's a waste of our focus and energy right now, because we have more important things to do. But it's out there. It's out there. 3D printers. Those are incredible. They're amazing. I don't know how friendly they are to learn. I know they've come a long way, but I also know that I don't get into 3D printer because they're pricey, even though they're cheaper now, but they're still pricey for the average working man family. And they're kind of, there's a lot to it. There's like, you could do this different plastic and then that plastic, and this plastic is flexible and that one is rigid and this one is this, and this one has that color and this one is good for this flexibility. So I know there's a lot of potential in 3D printing. I've been watching a lot of videos, and that place is still pretty green when it comes to ideas. Like, these guys are coming up with super cool switches that you can put on top of your already light switches, and it looks like a lever, like you're cranking a castle or something. Then they have some really cool little devices to like hang a towel using just physics, like a stick and a ball, and you can hang a towel. It's just amazing engineering ideas that go in there. And then anybody with a working machine and some understanding could just print. And I feel like that's just so fun. And I would love to, but I don't have the excuse right now to spend the time on one or the money. It is not the time right now, but they're pretty cool. Um, Businesses, I recently learned that businesses are on a thread. Like, when you look deep into business, they're all run by Excel. And there's one Excel sheet that if it were to be deleted, the entire business would stop functioning. And that holds so true. That holds so true. There, a lot of businesses like the, they're, sorry, they're being held by a thread and a bunch of duct tape. And there's key people in there that if they were not in there, this business will crumble or be in the worst position and lose a lot of customers. It's very peculiar how that happens, almost as if a business is actually a person or a thing living in there. And so that's why it's impressive when you see companies that last more than a generation, or businesses that even last further than a generation. Like those Japanese businesses that last 300 years or something. And in America, it's probably mostly the wineries or whiskeys that kind of last a little generational. Because of the nature of it, you gotta wait years for your product to be ready. Uh, but like a McDonald's would be kind of hard to last for generations. It's very curious how this stuff works. Isn't it crazy too that everybody knows what needs to be done, and but nobody does it? It's interesting in all aspects of life. We all know what needs to get done, but nobody does it. You don't do it. I don't do it. For whatever excuse we completely have, like not enough time or energy or focus or whatever. My God, this is I'm definitely getting late today. I'm 1,000% getting late today. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good at all. Um, well, well. Thank you for listening to my podcast. I'm probably gonna keep it short here. I enjoyed my little break, and I'm ready to come back to this, do some more. It's been very fun. Yeah, really, really, really fun. Thank you for still being here and listening to my podcast. Take care of your mental health out there. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the silliness. Take some breaks here and there. Notice your body when it's tensing up. It's kind of like saying notice when you're breathing, except notice when your shoulder is a little tight, or you're clenching your fist, or your jaw. or your leg. You're tensing that muscle, like activating it. What the hell are these people doing right now? What the hell are they doing? What the? What in the world? Oh my god. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll talk to you in another episode of the Free Idea Podcast.